Hey guys, a very good morning and welcome back to the 4-hour time frame here on EURUSD. We're going to be breaking down where EURUSD is going to be heading next, potentially, and what it did yesterday. So yesterday, obviously, we saw a sell-off from that top area of 4-hour supply. As we mentioned in yesterday's video, this is the overall swing range. So this over here at the top is your swing high, this down over here is your swing low. So this is one big impulse in towards the downside. We have the upside correction, we had an impulse, then we had another upside correction again, and now we're really inside the extreme of this overall leg in towards the downside. So what does this mean? It means that we're really at the top place, the last line of defense before we break 4-hour structure and we become like full-on bullish on EURUSD. Okay, so looking here at the 4-hour, what we can see obviously is that we're looking for the downside. Now what happened yesterday is that we did in fact start pushing back in towards the downside. Now what I'm waiting for is a break of this low on EURUSD for any further downside continuation, because until now we have pretty much just remained bullish, right? With a high, then a higher high, a higher high, a higher low, higher low. Now again, potentially we're going to be forming a new higher low here, which is going to cause price to further push in towards the highs. Now yesterday, I had two areas of 4-hour demand lined up. We had this zone and we had this zone. This first zone did provide some form of a weak reaction, but nothing really significant. And now we're in again our last line of defense if euro dollar is to move back up in towards the highs. If we break this low, then I definitely see euro dollar pushing down at least back in towards this area of demand over here. Now, how do we know that, or if euro dollar is going to push up higher? Well, over here on the 15-minute time frame on EURUSD, the EURUSD is bullish. Okay, so this over here is the swing low, this is your strong swing, and over here we have the weak swing. So this is the high that of course you expect to get broken. Now initial buyers who are looking to get inside this 4-hour demand zone, obviously what you want to see inside our area of 4-hour demand is a trend shift. What happened after that push over here? Obviously some bullish momentum came in. That's kind of like the moment that a lot of people think, okay, now's the time to get in. But what you can see is that a lot of liquidity was still resting underneath that first low, because this second low didn't go beneath that first low, meaning stops were ready to get swiped. For the rest, also no valid change of character whatsoever inside of this piece of market structure. So the market just continued with, again, a lower high, lower low, and now again we have a lower low over here. So what I'm waiting for this morning is pretty much for this high over here to get taken out. I want to see a good, strong, bullish intention from the 4-hour demand zone and the stacked 50-minute demand zone. Okay, so we need to see a valid bullish reaction if we are going to be taking any potential longs. So that is what I'm currently waiting for, to see if that's going to happen. Otherwise, what could just happen is that we just keep on pushing in towards the downside like this. Okay, so wait for a valid bullish reaction before taking any longs. Don't just randomly buy on an area of demand. Obviously we are inside an area of 4-hour demand and we are inside an area of 15-minute demand, but now we need to see the structure shift happen as well. That is the last piece of confirmation that we need in order to understand if we're ready to push up higher or not. Now going in towards the dollar index reversed very aggressively from this area of demand after swiping the lows of liquidity. So this is obviously like a swing low. You can see this low, these lows, all try to take out this low over here. However, they failed in doing so. So what you then often see happening is this strong kind of like liquidation reaction, and that then paired with this area of demand over here caused a significant bullish reaction. Now overall the market structure is still bearish in towards the downside. As we can see over here, this supply zone is kind of like still in control. So it's very interesting to see what is going to be happening. I know we kind of have these two highs, and what might happen is that we just spike up and then spike down again. But if we see a strong breakout above this level over here around 104.550, then I would be looking for higher prices. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm very curious to see if we can break that high with a significant closure on the 4-hour time frame. Going in towards the daily, for the daily here, that high would also be a fractal high on the daily, and would kind of confirm for me that we're ready to at least push back up in towards this supply zone. So there's still some bullish pressure here on the dollar index, but let's see what happens. Going in towards AUDUSD, what are we seeing there? Obviously we're nearing that area of demand on the daily, which I've been talking about for the past week. So yeah, just still looking for further downside movements here. And that is pretty much what I'm waiting for. So this is kind of like the next level of imbalance here. So this is the 4-hour zone, these two imbalance candles over here, which caused us to break out this range. So still waiting for some further downside price action on Aussie dollar. As simple as that. And that aligns perfectly with that daily area of demand as well. Going in towards pound dollar. So pound dollar has been pushing down lower aggressively after swiping the high and tapping in towards that supply zone, which we noted down. Now, obviously, this previous area of supply is broken. So we're now expecting price to just crash through it and start pushing down lower in towards, for example, this area of demand. So now how can we get in on those potential short trades? Again, very nice kind of pattern over here with a one high, second high, and then a third high. Now, what we're waiting for, first of all, we got the change of character over here. So that means that we're confirmed bearish. And then next to that, also, we've now broken below this low over here, causing also the internal structure to flip bearish as well. So now definitely looking for further downside here on pound dollar. So that's that. Going in towards Kiwi dollar, what are we seeing there? So Kiwi dollar continued its trend in towards the downside pretty much as expected. So very nice price action overall. Another 4-hour BOS over here confirmed. So yeah, what does this mean? It means that this is now your swing high over here. So we could have held that trade for quite some time. It was a very, very good entry. Overall, now what we're looking at is that we've tapped in towards this demand zone. So I am looking for a pullback very, very soon. As simple as that. It's also daily demand. Going in towards gold. So gold actually did something very nice in the sense that we did in fact break that fractal low. So on purpose, I didn't remove the lines from yesterday's video. Why is that? Well, because it becomes very clear how perfect the analysis was in the sense that we push up, we get a pullback, we get a push up, so we break structure here, this becomes the low to break, we push down over here, we broke the low over here, and then boom, retracement in towards supply, and then from there, boom, we just crashed down again. So some very nice price action playing out here on gold. Obviously, we didn't see any form of reaction to this imbalance over here. So for now, the bearish order flow seems to be in control. 4-hour supply is now this over here. So let's see where the market now stalls next. We kind of have some lows open over here. So we could just maybe see something like this, or we just, with a lot more momentum, crash down lower. Kind of like 2380 is my next pretty much target. We are kind of coming in towards this daily imbalance over here, which is also kind of like a support and resistance level. I know you really use them, but you can take it into consideration. So we are coming in towards a territory where there is potential for some slowdown, okay? But I always like to trade from the 4 hours, so if we do see pullback, I will still be looking for a potential short from around 2450/2455. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day and speak soon.